Hello interweb, this is Dannage. Welcome back to Cattle Shores, episode 12. Epic times await. Epic times await, my friends. We have stuff to do. We're going to start off with some city, or we're going to start with the city. It's so exciting. In the versions that we lost, big long story, I kind of started here and I kind of did all of the arterial roads and everything sorted out first in the borders of all these little areas. I'm not going to do that anymore. Maybe it was because I was doing that everything kept breaking. This stuff's going to be sort of residential, commercial sort of city area, but on the border of the factory. We'll sort of work in this area, sort of this side of the highway, and we will figure out what we're doing. We're going to make it up as we go because we don't really have plans. I'm going to start laying some road. Now, I kind of want nicely curved down and then hit across down here. Is that high enough? Yes, that is, isn't it? That's sort of above catenary height. I'm going to try to do as little terrain adjustment with Move It as I possibly can. Mainly because this is, I believe, one of the problem areas that we had. Granted, I was using Move It 1.54 or something, and it's now 2.04. All that I know is that we are going to try and adjust the terrain as little as possible. Normally, I would have used Move It and tapped that up a little bit to soften this bridge. But now I'm not going to. Ha 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 ha. But I might move this down. Think that's still clear. I suppose. Look, I mean, we've got a train there, so we could just let the simulation run and see if the train has any objections to that bridge. I don't think it will. No, look at that. It's got loads of space. I'm going to give a little shout out. Not necessarily because they're watching, because they might not be. But Oscar. Oscar. Hello, Oscar. Oscar, I'm told, watched one of my videos at Easter and didn't throw up. Didn't think it was the worst thing he'd ever seen. And so thank you and shout out to you, Oscar. He has also suggested that I get Untitled Goose Game, which I've looked at, and maybe I will. That feels a little bit more like the kind of thing I might get when it goes on sale, because generally I irritate a lot of townsfolk just naturally. I don't need to be dressed as a goose to do it, but never say never. We will have a look. We will have a look. And also, don't tell anybody that you enjoyed my videos, Oscar, because what's going to happen is there's going to be a professional-looking man that comes along and says, Oscar, you need to come visit this special hotel where the wallpaper is made of rubber, and we have dinner jackets where the arms tie behind the back. So don't tell anybody. Right now, I don't want to get gritty. So I want to try and follow some of these lines here. I feel by this point we really should have a larger road, but then we've got that road there. You see, it's a problem of not knowing how big these all these factories are. Let's do some stuff with this space. Ooh, no, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same trick that I did with the station in the first place. But that's going to look awful, isn't it? Because that's going to be on a cliffside. Yes, it is. We're going to move that in until it stops interfering with the terrain. All the way up there. Am I going to be able to fit 8 in here? Now, there are 8 natural resources. I want to move you to the closest place there. And we want to fill you with metals, because we have got a bunch of metals coming in here, and for this one, I keep pressing things that I don't want. I'm going to set that to fill up, and we had metal, didn't we? So I'm going to have some glass. We can fit one more in there, but that again is going to destroy the terrain. So we're not going to do that. We're going to instead... Yeah, there you go. And then we're just going to bend this round. Now, if that breaks my flipping game, I'm going to be very upset. Because that does not look like it's too worrisome, is it? Industry is going to have to join. It's going to come down to there. Let's assume the junction is going to come out there, so I'm going to want to join up there. I've got to figure out what I want to do with a bridge. Whether I even want the bridge to be over in terms of like a junction, or whether I want these to just be the way on and off the motorway and then bring a junction in somewhere else, or a bridge somewhere else. Now we have a way off. Now it's how big these factories are. Oh, that is huge. That's a medium. So, oh, that's nice and small. See, obviously we just picked the huge one to start off with. That's pretty big. Oh, these look bigger. Okay, there. Oh, crikey. I'm not sure we're going to have enough space here. Oh, there's even more of them. Okay, how many factories have we got in here? All right, another two. All right, that is... Oh, God, that is a lot. And that needs a shoreline. That's the shipyard. So, I mean, maybe this entire area is going to need to be industry. I mean, that was a lot of large-scale factories. If we run up here with our arterial, we're going to try and sort them out naturally. Use our move it sparingly. That's nice. That works. Okay, now what I've just remembered is that I should really have levelled more terrain. I prepared some terrain a few episodes back, if you remember. I flattened it to a certain degree, but only up to there. I don't think that's going to be enough room for all these factories. And there was a sort of flat area here. This little trick I've got to credit Overcharged Egg with. That is using the terrain view. So just smoothing out. This will run alongside the residential waterfront and then have little offcuts. Now, the useful thing is that this railway is cut out, so I won't need to build bridges. But what I will want to do... that's crazy topography. Let's flatten that out around here, around this bridge area, because I'd like to be able to go under that highway if I can, at least in some places. But in the meantime, there is a space, and we might need to raise this a little bit, but I think that's going to work out. Okay, so that's there. And then we're going to do some more road jiggery-pokery here. Alright, there. So we've got some... I've encroached slightly into residential waterfront. But we've got some little area there. And that we might want to just expand that out there to make that the industry area or the factory area. That might be enough. Who knows? We need to get some residential in there, but before we do that, we have got to remember to basically add the critical services before we go. There we are, that's all watered. Now let's look at some services. Cemetery. One will fit in there. That's nice. It's a nice location. And I think with 3 squares to spare, I can fit in a lovely little graveyard. Crematorium. That's the word. Right, so where are we going to... put houses. Now I don't want to put houses along here because that's in front of the railway, so that'll be really loud. And I don't want to put... I will start to put some here, but I'm creeping into where I want to start going high residential. Now I definitely don't want to put houses along here because these are going to be factories. Let's start off putting some low density commercial in as a buffer. So I want to use some of that landmarks. Now I do want to put in, but I'm going to put, friendly neighborhood park. There we go. Oh, and that just fits. That just fits lovely. It does have, unfortunately, it does have a noise problem. But, okay. That's going to be a bit of a centerpiece. So maybe we will stick some commercial around that as well. We want another clinic if we can. I can do it further over here because this will be connected up to the city. So 2 fire stations already. Gonna pop another one in. That way it's going to be quite close to the factories. And a police station. And the kids can learn about dead people. Now this is a bit more higgledy-piggledy than I was doing before. That's kind of deliberate. See, I don't want to... I want it to be very much the opposite of what we've done for Urban Sprawl. We're still hovering around the... We haven't really got the... I was thought that we'd get to 10,000. Now what I might do here is add a few small offices. Let's put some commercial along there. The old town's taken a bit of a nosedive. You know, people in the old town going, "Oh, we liked it when it was just us. It was nice and quiet." Now all of a sudden you've got all these wannabes, all these other roads, all these houses popping up. Oh, we don't like that. That's a 4-star park. We made a 5-star park last time, didn't we? Visitors is needed. Entertainment. Oh, entertainment needs to come up a bit as well. That's a cafe. Now there's somewhere opposite where they could sit. That's the information booth. Then we could have one of those over here on the other side. That entertainment is 150. So now... Oh, we're getting closer. Although 150, I think that hasn't really registered yet. I think that's going to pop up. Let's put some trees in. We've got a lot of space here. And we can put... Oh, no, I was going to put a path in there. Oh, we've got a lot of people crossing. A lot of people crossing says to me, probably want to put some sort of raised walkway in. In terms of bridge height, I think that's going to be okay. Gone back to slightly more orderly building plots here. And I've got to leave that space because it's got some offices in it, or it will have at some point. Let me just add some more commercial. My warehouses here are full. Just thinking getting a walkway towards where the factories will be. Just making these pathways much more safer for civilian traffic by fencing off the railway line. Now that's going to be interesting. Let's see whether any trucks decide that they're going to get onto the highway quicker by doing this. Now I don't think they will, because this will actually, for now, that's actually going to take them all the way around to the other end. So maybe now's the time to talk about a bridge. A little bridge. Oh no, look, they are using it. Now I am expecting to see trucks coming over this bridge to go round to get back onto the highway. Okay. We've added some more roads. Infrastructure, still leaving big space for factories. I think, as we're closing up to 10,000, we're going to lay our first, don't tell anybody, high density. Ooh. Now I have seen some people sort of worry about doing sort of high-rise bands and all that sort of stuff, and thinking about the staggering of heights of buildings, so you don't go straight from a couple of little cottages up to 10-story skyscrapers. What I tend to do for that, as he considers his first high density plots, is I just make them small to start with. So a 2x2 thing. That's not going to be a high-rise, as far as I am aware. I don't think that'll get too tall. That might look a bit taller than some of the houses that we've got around here, around the edges. But yeah, look at that. So it's a sort of, although that's a shop, isn't it? That's a commercial. But look, yeah, so it's a little apartment block. Little tiny apartment block. And we will just continue with these 2x2s. They should, providing I've done this right, they shouldn't sort of all connect up. I'm also going to put a high school in here, because I don't have any high school. Oh yeah, alright, I've got a high school there. But we're now talking about inner city, or on the edge of the city. Nice, we've got some little condos coming up now, trying to get that. Oh, we're losing people. We're losing people, even though we've got high demand for residential zones. Not quite sure how that's happening. Maybe it's the location. Maybe they're all too busy around here, and they're all like, "Oh, it's getting a bit crowded, isn't it? Getting a bit crowded. Maybe we want to live on the urban sprawl." Added another little section of houses over here before as well. Let's talk about urban sprawl whilst we're here. We got some time. What? What? What is going on with this? That was weird. What? He fell over himself? Let's just check, see if anything else is happening with this next one. Nope. That was perfectly fine. Weird. Well, I've just noticed we've gone past 10,000, which was our target. Okay. At that point, we'll have a quick look at what we've done, which is we have set up this road that nobody's using yet, getting onto the sort of anti-clockwise route for the highway bypass. Seems to be popular and coming off that route, so that's great. This junction quite popular, especially since I've taken out the traffic lights everywhere. We've added, we've got some full warehouses. We are going to any space that we're not using with factories in this district, we are going to be filling with warehouses. We're not ready for our first factory yet because we've got still no industrial demand. I'm not sure if a factory will count as industrial demand. What have we got here in terms of let's... Yeah, I'm getting distracted with myself, yeah. But that's glass, that's metal. So they're basically little plates. Metal goes into diamonds. Some other stuff, some other stuff, some other stuff, some other stuff. Yeah, generally these mainly require lots of different resources. So we're not going to create any of the factories today. Maybe we shall do that next time if we, you know, let's have a decision here. What that's paper and wood. That's some other stuff. That's just using metal, so we could place that now, but we're not going to. Let's find something that uses one of the things that we produce and something else. Right, okay, lemonade factory. The lemonade factory has some green stuff. That's probably crops. I'm going to go with crops and glass. Crops and glass. Does it tell me any? Oh yes, crops and glass special goods. Why am I pointing to the word crops and glass on my screen when you can't see me? So farm area. Next time we're going to add a small farm. Now farming is one of the things that I'm going to do slightly differently from, you remember the ore industry that we had here, our 5-star ore industry, that's going to be one industrial space with the one complex. The forest is going to be one industrial space with one complex. The farm, I'm going to have several. I'm going to line them up here. I'm going to have several farms just because I want to have many farms. Yeah, we'll also need to make this land fertile. Fertile's the word you're looking for. Splotch, 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 splotch. Just reminding ourselves, really, that this is going to become the fertile land of our forefathers and our forefarmers. So there it is. Now it's fertile and lush, as opposed to not lush. So let's go back to what we were doing. We've added a bunch of new houses and a lot more commercial stuff. We've hit 10,000 people. We're still making loads of loss of money. We're on the year 29 now. We've added this area of sort of residential housing. We've got our first sets of high density zones, including a high density commercial zone to try and flex some of that demand. So we are setting ourselves up here for Factoryville. We are setting ourselves up for farm industry. We've done a little bit more stretching of our, I was about to say retail goals, but no, I don't mean retail goals at all. I mean residential. So we'll leave it there, folks. Once again, thanks for watching and for leaving any likes. And, would I invite comment? No, not really. What are you going to say? What are you going to say that's good, eh? It's kind of like, well, we won't set fire to you. Yep, as night draws in again, we bid you farewell and we will see you on Monday. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, have a good weekend.